All right, let's talk Dow 30,000, shall we? Like I said, even though we are seeing futures indicate a little bit of a drop here this morning for the Dow, yesterday it did reach a record high above 30,000. And whenever this happens, Myles Udland, as you well know, there is a heated discussion within the financial media, the financial analysis community about how important it is, with professionals kind of poo-pooing the Dow because most funds benchmark to the S&P 500. However, President Trump said it's a sacred level, and you wrote about it in this morning's Yahoo Finance Morning Brief.
Yeah, look, I would say it's heated only insofar as some people would like to hold themselves out as smarter than others by not quoting the Dow because of the way that the Dow is constructed. And let's break down for viewers who are not super familiar with the Dow, the way it works. It's price weighted. The Dow is based on the price of the stocks that are in the index, and there's only 30 members in there. Of course, the price of any stock is arbitrary. You can have a 1 cent per share stock. You can have $100 per share stock. It just depends on how many shares are outstanding, divided by the market cap of the company. So price weighted is kind of dumb. The example that I used in the post today is that Goldman Sachs shares are worth to the Dow about double what Apple shares are. Well, that doesn't make any sense because Apple's market cap is many magnitudes larger than Goldman's. Apple's worth about $2 trillion. Goldman is worth about $80 billion. So that's a pretty big mismatch in terms of market cap. But the public cares about the Dow. I jokingly, but also seriously refer to it as the people's index. You ask someone what's happening with the stock market, they're going to know what the Dow is doing if they know anything at all. The reason is probably because the number is the biggest. 30,000 is bigger than 3,500. 30,000 is a nice big round number. People in general do respond to nice big round numbers. But the last time I checked, the stock market is an aggregated collection of what people think various businesses are worth. And so what the people think matters is, in a circular way, what does matter, right? We've all read our George Soros here. And so I think that is something that the professional community is mostly aware of, and people can pretend like it doesn't matter. But it does matter when the Dow hits these kinds of milestones. And that's just my defense of why this is an important day for investors just to note, because the public that is vaguely aware the stock market's been going up, were more aware of it yesterday, and that is an important thing for sentiment.
Myles, let me put you on the spot. What matters more, Tesla stock or the Dow? And I think Tesla stock going down would be more of a story right now, let's say, than the Dow reaching 30,000. That Tesla really, I think, reflects all this rampant liquidity we see in the markets and a lot of the speculation.
That's a great point that I hadn't thought about. And I would say this. I think the retail investor, which is a big part of this story, absolutely reacts more to what's happened to Tesla shares. I mean, that stock has gone absolutely nuts just in the last couple of days, right? Hitting a new record high. I think for kids who are trading on Robinhood, they all know what's happening with Tesla. And I think that does matter. But there are still millions and millions of Americans who turn on the nightly news. That's how they get their news. And when the Dow hits 30,000, that kind of news broadcast is discussing the stock market. Tesla has probably never come up on that kind of story, even when Elon Musk was doing all his Twitter stuff, right? That's not national news. The Dow hitting 30,000 is.
National news, though, is when he does his various space endeavors. So maybe he would get mentioned in that context. I agree with you, Myles. And I have to say, I am a recent convert on this point, because I was always one of those people who thought I was smarter than the Dow. But I take your point that, yes, indeed, it is something that is important, that is watched by the public, even if vastly more funds are indexed to the S&P 500. Sentiment's important. Public view is important. All right.
Plenty of room on the bandwagon.
There usually is. All right. Thanks, guys.